Hey guys, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I'm on vacation this week, so I have a little bit of a change of location and I didn't pack my tripod, so I apologize for all of this. But I still wanted to make sure I did my $1,000 search. I happen to be out in Vegas. I'm here for the World Series of Poker. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a poker dealer and a poker player. So, yeah, for fun, I tend to come out to Vegas. That probably also explains why I always have so much cash. That's usually my poker bankroll converted to singles, but that's neither here nor there. This week's tip: always be looking. Always be looking no matter where you are. I started off by saying I'm on vacation. That doesn't stop me. I'm still going to be paying attention to everything. The first casino we were at was one called Main Street Station downtown on Fremont Street. And one of the things that they had there were some of the old time slot machines that still paid out in quarters. So I played a little while on that, and when I cashed out, I heard the bang, bang, bang of all the coins falling into the tray until I heard bang, 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 ting. And those of you who collect silver know what that high pitched ting is. It sounds like. That's correct. I found me a silver quarter straight out of a slot machine. Couldn't believe that. 1934 silver quarter. Okay shape, but it's silver and it's got that sound. Love that sound. Also, while I was doing my walking around, I made change for 100 and I got a 20, and this was the $20 bill that I got. It's a 1996 $20 bill, so it still has the circle around the head, but that's not what makes it special. What makes it special is what's on this side. Look at the Federal Reserve seal there. Federal Reserve seal goes way above the word 20. That's completely off center, which means all of the green printing on this bill is actually too high. So it's a printing error that probably should have been caught. Don't know if it's worth a whole lot, but I noticed it, so I pulled it. And that's just from looking around. So that's my tip for this week. Always be looking. You never know what you're going to find in your pocket change. You never know what you're going to get just looking around. All right, so I went through these. We'll scoot these out of the way, and let's see this week's finds. First bill. This one also had a slight printing error on it. Let me show you what I'm talking about right here. Look at the 8. It almost looks like there's color inside the circles of the 8. I don't know if that's an ink smear, a small ink smear. I don't know what the deal is on that one, but it caught my attention, so I pulled it. Found a couple trinaries, 0s, 1s, and 3s. This one's 1s, 5s, and 8s. Quad 7s. What better number to find while out in Vegas? Quad 7s again. This one's a trinary, 0s, 6s, and 7s. Double my luck. Quad 9s. This one's from 2006. Found a birthday note. This one is June 23rd, 1952. June 23rd, 1952. Found some stars. Put my arm back on the table so this doesn't shake as much. Another star note here. Crisp note. This one's a little limp. Another star. Old star note. This one's from 1999. 1999 star note. Older bills in this set. A 99 non-star. Pull that crease out of there. 1995. A little bit limp, has a rust mark on the side. 1995, not a web note. It's got the FW here and it's got a letter. And I got, this is not one that I found. This is a note that I had pulled out of my safety deposit box. This is this week's special bill. And you may wonder what's so special about it. Why do you have this bill? Well, I have this bill for two reasons. The first reason is if you look at the seal compared to the numbers, that seal is extremely light. So it looks like it's a printing error because there isn't enough ink on the seal. But that's not what's wrong. What's wrong is this bill was actually over inked. And I know you wonder how it can be over inked if that seal is so fine like that. Well, let me show you. What they did was they put too much ink on the bill, and then the next bill came down on top of it. Just as an example, look at how dark this bill is compared to that one. You can see the difference on the seals there. So with too much ink on this bill here, what happens when the next bill comes down on it is that wet ink on here ended up sticking to the back of the bill. Now if I zoom in as close as I can on that, you can see that that is backwards. It's not an offset print error, and an offset print error is when they start the printer before the paper is put in there, and the print gets put on the blank drum roll and then transfers onto the page. That's not the case on this particular bill. This particular bill, I know, was a wet ink smear because, as I said, when I flip the bill over, you can see how light this is here. This seal is so light, it was overprinted and a piece of paper was put on top of it before it dried, and that whole batch of bills was probably printed that way because there was too much ink on it. So that's how you can tell whether it's an offset error or whether it's an over inking error with a transfer. The transfer shows how light that color is, and once again, the best way to show that is to put a regular one right next to it. When you compare those two, you can see how light this one is. So that shows how that error on the back came to be. A wet ink transfer onto the back of the bills. That's why when you're bill hunting, you always want to check the fronts and the backs, because like I said, from the front, this looks pretty much like a normal bill, but all the money on this bill is on the back right there. All right, guys, if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, give me a like. If you want to see more of these videos, leave a comment, share, and tell your friends. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week.